Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nina, and today I want to take you behind my book, How to Love and Pray for Your Adult Prodigal Child, which is available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. So I'm going to get right into it. Before this book ever became a manuscript, it was a prayer, it was tears, it was my own journey of loving someone who had drifted far, far from God. So today, I want to share the heart behind it and why I knew this book had to exist. I did not wake up one day and decide I was going to write a book. It started with watching my child, who I loved, walk down a painful, destructive path. And if you're a parent of a prodigal child, you know what it feels like, the fear, the confusion, the questions you don't ever say out loud. I remember thinking, where is my support? You know? Now, don't get me wrong, I had family members and friends who was trying to help but didn't know how to help. Okay? The prayers were there, the support was there, but I still could not get what I needed. I did not have what I needed. Um, I sought spiritual help. Some of the things, when it came to that, some of the help was initiated, and then the ball was dropped. I was left high and dry. I can't explain the reasons why it happened, but it happened. So I was left trying to navigate unknown territory alone. Um, so yeah, I was wondering, where is my guidance? Um, Even in the midst of the prayers, I didn't have the guidance that I needed, and I wasn't strong in the Lord enough to hear what He wanted me and needed me to hear for the direction that I needed, right? But God began teaching me and stirring things and something within me. And so it no longer became just my story. This was something that other parents needed to hear and know and learn how to walk through this journey like I was learning, right? One of the hardest parts of loving a prodigal child is the silence. How many of you know that the devil's playground is in the silence? He wants you to keep things silent and a secret so he can play on your mind, right? People don't always understand that you don't want to expose your child and you don't want to sound judgmental. So you carry this pain alone, right? And like myself, I was imagining other people, parents who couldn't sleep, the parent that was crying in the car or in silence, mm, the, the parent that is feeling like nothing is changing. Mm. But God showed me, right, they need the language for their pain and they need hope also. So there was a moment that I realized that this book wasn't about just giving advice, and it's definitely not coming from a place of perfection. Trust me. It's about offering understanding from a place of compassion from someone who's been there, who's in the situation, right? I didn't want it to be another fix your uh, child book. I wanted to write a more of restore your heart, um, restore your peace, you know? a book to strengthen your faith, a book to let you know you are not alone. And then once I understood that, the words came like they were being poured into me. Literally, God was so present in the writing process. I will tell you that one night I went to go to bed and I could not sleep. I tossed and I turned to the point I kept hearing in my spirit, get up and go right. I tried so hard to ignore that inner voice that I knew was the Holy Spirit, and it wouldn't let me do it. So it got to the point I got up and it was late. It was like 1, 2 in the morning. And when I tell you it would not let me go to bed and sleep until I got up and did what I was supposed to do. And when I tell you I got on my computer, I didn't do it with a pen and paper. I got on my computer and I literally started typing. It was pouring out. It was almost like my hands were not my own. I was up all night or morning until the next day. I want to say, I don't know, but a good 10, 12 hours later, I finished and I finally went and lay down and went to sleep. I left my material on my computer and I used the rest of that weekend. This was like a Friday night going into Saturday morning. I used the rest of that weekend to learn how to put my book in a through. I went took it through a process of going through a publisher, well, not a publisher, but someone who could, go over my writing and help me come up with um, the picture for my book. I can't think of the proper wording at the moment, but anyway, I was in a course with Tequila Coleman where she had a course that you can, self, um, govern yourself through the recordings to write your book. And it is something you could purchase through Tequila Coleman's website. And her website is godordainedmarriageenterprise.com. And she has a writing a book course on her website. So I learned through her system how to come up with a title and how to write my book. So I followed those steps in the process. And now I have a published book on Amazon.com. So, anyway, like I said, I went through those steps during the course of a night on into the next morning. And if you're watching this and you're a parent of a prodigal, here is why I want this book to do for you. I want it to help you to breathe again. I want it to remind you that your child's story is not over. No child is beyond God's reach. I want to help you and by giving you prayers when you have none left to give. I wanted to show you that God is still working. I wanted to restore your confidence as a parent and take away the blame and the guilt that we try to give ourselves. We guilt trip ourselves, thinking, it's because of how I raised my child that this turned out. We got to let that go and release control. I want this book to bring peace back to your heart and to your home. This book is my offering, my act of obedience. It's me standing beside you saying, I get it. And God has not forgotten you. Trust me, He hasn't. Um, we are not perfect as parents. Again, I understand most of us are dealing with this alone and in silence. Most of us are dealing with this and going to people who do not know how to help us. So that is where I come in. This I have learned is my calling to help other parents go through what I went through. Now, don't get me wrong, my story is not complete. I am not where I want to be with my adult child, but trust me, I am not where I started. I am not where I was. We are not in the same place as we were this time last year, not even a month ago. So allow me to help you on your journey because God is showing me the way. God is showing me how He wants us as parents, our heart posture to be. He has given me some tips and steps that I am using in my life that I want to share with you and yours. So that's the heart behind how to love and pray for your adult prodigal child. Now, if this is your season and you're standing in a gap and your heart is heavy, I pray that my book meets you right where you are. I want you to know, again, this book is available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Just go on Amazon.com. It is under author Nina S. Harris. Also, if you are a parent who desires additional help, please go to my website, ninasimone.com, and it will be listed on the screen. Also, I have a YouTube where I do many videos on health and wellness, on tips on organization for your home and your heart. But mainly, I am doing videos to help prodigal parents like you and I bring peace back into our life, into our home, into our situations with the help of God. My YouTube channel is ninasimone.com. And my spelling is Ninahsimone. I thank you for spending this time with me today. Make sure to please like, comment, and subscribe, not for the numbers, but for hurting parents like you and me that can find this space of comfort and encouragement for their journey. I will see you in the next video. Grace and peace to you. Thank you.